The last day that I got high, one of the last was, you know the Tutarosa gravy cans?
Yeah.
Like, do you make gravy with?
Yeah.
I was
Sauce, but that's okay. We won't get into that.
gravy. I was downstairs in my parents' kitchen chopping up pills with
Your
that.
nails painted white?
No,
Sorry.
that's a gel manicure.
I mean, I'm familiar, but they look white.
Maybe it's the light.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. She's worried about my nails.
Hates his nails.
My sister caught me chopping up pills with a Tutarosa can and snorting it, and like it ruined our relationship for like 5 years. And that
It's not
night,
normal behavior.
No,
I
it's
think
not.
It's normal.
Yeah.
I would crush up anything anywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't care what people.
Welcome back to the episode Diamond Recovery Group. This is our second episode with Allison, who is the partner with Diamond Recovery. So we're going to get into her story a little bit. We're going to get into what she has done since she got sober. How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm eating this, Bo. Is that bad?
Just keep it right there.
All right.
Now
Don't
listen.
touch it.
Now this is her first time ever doing a podcast, so we're gonna have to ease our way into this.
They gave me a booster seat.
Yeah, now I have a booster seat somehow. Now I want to talk to you about what does recovery mean to you?
I'm getting a phone call.
Well, put it on vibrate.
Okay, it is. It's on vibrate. Trying to be 1% better every day, I think. Obviously, the beginning part, like getting clean, getting sober, getting off of any substances, fixing your mental health, all of that. But I think just trying to like clean house and help others.
I completely agree with that. And when you first start getting sober and you want to try and get sober, do you think it's harder for a woman to get sober than a guy?
I think the statistics would say yes.
Yes.
I think there's like a lot of different avenues for women to get drugs than men and like stay out there longer.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's like once you get to the willingness, that window of willingness, I think it's all hard.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. Now, when you first got into sobriety and you wanted to get sober and you wanted to get clean, and you did clean house and you worked on your relationships and you worked on making your life better, did you ever want to get involved in a business like this?
It definitely wasn't my dream.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be a neonatologist.
I have no idea what that means. I don't even know what a neonatologist is.
Like a premature baby doctor.
Okay.
And then I got high for a really long time. So like med school I failed out of college. And then like slowly but surely, I saw a lot of people, like a lot of my friends in my hometown dying.
Yeah.
And I got the opportunity to work for a treatment center, and I was like, let's do it. I didn't have really any other options. I had no college degree. My family wasn't speaking to me. Like no one was, I was not hireable at that point.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
And let's do it.
Yeah.
And it was probably the best decision that you ever made, I would say.
Yeah, I have been like blessed beyond anything that I deserve.
Yeah. And what people do in recovery podcasts, I feel like they talk too much about the war stories, but they never talk a lot about what happens after that's done. Yeah. And what I mean by that is like, your family wasn't talking to you. My family wasn't talking to me. My sister wasn't talking to me.
Yeah.
For years, your relationships are broken with your friends. And when you get sober and you see what happens as you stay sober long enough, it's totally different. I mean, it really is. Your life is different.
Wildest dreams.
Yeah.
This is obviously something I never would have imagined, that I'd be sitting here like doing a podcast with you, my wildest dreams.
Yeah.
But like all the things I've been blessed with, material things and inner peace and rebuilt relationships and being able to be a resource to so many people, like all of that I wouldn't have ever been able to really conceive what my life would be like, but it's incredible.
I agree. And one of the most humbling experiences for me is, and I always say this when I make my videos, is that I could be present.
Yeah.
Like right now, if something were to happen to somebody, God forbid, or we had to go deal with a situation outside, like I'm here for that. I could do it. Yeah. Before it was like, hold on, let me go in the bathroom and get high. You
gotta get right.
Then I gotta go do it.
Yeah.
And I say that to my wife all the time, like to be a husband, to be a friend, to be a business owner, to work for you guys, just to be able to be there for somebody. I think that's the best gift that sobriety gave me. Being clean and sober, but being able to be present, like for your family, I think there's nothing like it. It's unmatched.
You're not experiencing anything when you're getting high other than your life becomes so small. You have one mission every day, and that's it. And you're on the rat race every day, and it's rinse and repeat. And now we get to like experience the good, but also the bad.
Yeah,
you know.
100%. Do you feel like when you were getting high, because I feel like this, everything was just cloudy? Like the time that I was getting high for them amount of years, 8 years, I don't remember. Like I really don't remember what I did, what I was doing, like what happened in life. I don't remember anything.
Yeah, you were high.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It really is. Like think about it.
Drugs.
Yeah, it is. It really is. The experience that you have with people when you're out there getting high, that's a total different story. But now the experience that you have helping people, what's the main reason that you wanted to keep up with Diamond Recovery, and what is the best thing that you see with Diamond Recovery, how we care for our patients? What's your main goal for everybody to know?
So I've been in the industry for over 8 years now, and I've seen a lot. And I've seen a lot of centers all over the country, and I've seen people that only focus on the financial aspect. I've seen people that only focus on patient care. And I think we do, not I think, I know, creating Diamond and being there from the beginning, that we do a really good job of making sure that everything's kind of evened out.
Yeah.
So we're constantly focused on patient care, but we also want to be able to grow and spread out throughout the country so we can help more people. And so that's always in the back of our mind as well.
And I think that you personally, because I work directly with you, are so on top
I'm
of
your boss.
like,
I'm
yeah,
Snuff's boss.
Yes, she is. But she's so on top. If somebody messages me right now and they need treatment and I just screenshot it and send her, she's on the phone with them in 5 seconds.
Yeah, well, I have vicious anxiety that he took my phone away from me.
Yeah, well, but you have to be that way. And a lot of other facilities or treatment centers, they don't focus a lot on mental health. And I think that's where we strive
Yes.
at. And for girls or women or guys, what's mental health mean to you?
What does it mean to me?
Like, how do you help people that are
think
struggling with that?
I think if I can answer it in a different way,
Yeah.
I think what we were really looking to do when we brought on that other part of our company was to actually help people with mental health. It has become like such a buzzword, and people are like, oh, we do dual diagnosis, but they take people that suffer with anxiety and depression, and that's it. That's like as far as their capacity to handle the patients go. And we wanted to be like, if they can't go anywhere else, they can come to Diamond. We wanted to be that place that can really handle like the high acute cases, the active psychosis, the active delusions, suicidal ideations, true schizophrenic patients, like things that a lot of people are really scared to touch. We wanted to have a place to like truly treat mental health. So when you have the capacity and the staffing behind that, you get to make a difference.
That's amazing. It really is. I mean, you answered that absolutely perfect.
Thanks.
She did a great job with that.
I've done this once or twice.
Yeah. And now a lot of other people, I have to bring this up, are having treatment centers.
Yeah, of course. Anyone can open a treatment center.
Anyone can open a treatment center, but if you're, getting high and having a treatment center and not doing the right thing, I don't understand the point of having a treatment center. It really is baffling.
Yeah.
And especially, I feel like everybody in the world wants to open up a treatment center.
Yeah, well, when, people follow money, it's a lucrative industry. But there's a lot of, first of all, no one understands the pressure and the weight that's on it, right? You're taking responsibility of someone's loved one.
Yeah.
Right? So like that's a huge responsibility if you have a conscience within itself. You have to answer for everything that goes on there and whatever. So when people see like, oh, all these treatment centers are making all this money, it's great, right? Just like any other business that people want to be financially successful in. But if you want to make a lot of money, go and like not have a conscience. There's plenty of other things
There's plenty of other things to do. My parents like still don't talk about that I'm in recovery. Yeah. Like that's crazy, right?
Yeah. No, my mom, literally, my sister has a bunch of kids, and it was like she was breastfeeding, whatever, and it was like her first drink after the baby. My mom, I'm 5-6 years sober at this point. My mom offers me a glass of champagne, and I was like, "Wow, like I don't drink." She's like, "Well, I didn't want to leave you out." I'm like, "Leave me out."
Yeah, leave me out. Yeah.
They don't get it.
So my dad, he drinks occasionally if there's a party or something, but my mom hasn't had a drink since I got sober. Going on 10 years. Like, even if it's her birthday, it's a celebration, like, and everybody can be drinking. She's not a big drinker, but even to have a glass, never in a million years. Like, she thinks, like, that's crazy. And she don't understand still. Like, when they had to go to a Nar-Anon meeting for the first time when I went to Florida in 2014, like, she was destroyed.
Yeah.
Like
Not my
yeah.
baby.
Oh, like destroyed. Like she couldn't wrap her mind around going up there saying that my son's an addict.
Yeah.
And now, 10 years later, I feel like she's proud to say that, you know, my son is in recovery.
Well, it worked out.
Yeah, it worked out.
Yeah.
It did. But a lot of people, they don't understand the disease, and they think it's just fun, I guess. I don't get it.
Yeah, well, what I can tell, there's two parts to that. What I can tell anyone that has a loved one that's struggling with addiction or whatever is that there is no worse hell on earth than having a master that you have to answer to every day.
Yeah.
So when people say like it's a choice and all of that stuff, it's in the DSM-5 if you want to get technical and clinical and all that. It is a disease.
Yeah.
I'll go up against anybody about that. But families, like, it was so taboo, shameful, all of those things. And what's cool, I think, now is because there's so many treatment centers like all over, people are talking about it.
Oh, they talk about it. And before, like, and I remember this 2012, 13, like, you were so embarrassed.
like
If
leprosy.
somebody found out that I was on the corner buying Percocets, like, it was so looked down upon. Like, it was the craziest thing. Like, I remember, like, waking up and when I really knew that I had a full-blown addiction at this point. Like, I knew, like, after the first week, like, I love these things and I cannot live without them.
No.
Like, I remember looking at myself at the mirror and saying, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
I can't stop. Like,
I don't
this
wanna
thing,
stop.
yeah, this thing's on my spine. It's not going away.
Yeah.
But you didn't want to stop until, you know, it became not fun at all.
Yeah, it was not fun for me. I got high for like 6 years, from 18 to 24. I got sober at 24. It wasn't fun for maybe 95% of
Oh,
it.
no.
It's
It's
not
a nightmare.
fun. Yeah.
All
the
the
feeling wears
yeah.
off. No one's talking to you. You have no money. You're not able to do anything. You see everybody else in your life like growing and graduating school and getting married and you're just like in a dark room
You're
doing
stuck.
drugs.
All the never have I evers that I always said when I first started getting high that I wouldn't do, I did every single one of them.
Yeah, I
Every
can't
one
say
of them.
that,
I
but-
did. I'll never snort. I'll never do it. But you just do it.
Yeah.
Like, you can't stop.
Yeah, I was
and
lucky.
and there has to be. What was your breaking point?
I was how like gritty do you want me to get?
Whatever you feel comfortable talking about.
I was on 6th Street in Philadelphia, supposed to be going
By the way, horrible neighborhood.
to Temple. My mom's paying cash full tuition for me to go to Temple University. I'm down the fucking block.
Shout out to mom. She tried.
God bless you. And I was living at my drug dealer's house, and he lived with his mom. So it was like 15 of us in a row home. No business being there. I'm from like a very nice area in New Jersey, like,
Yeah.
you know, and I had this whole alter ego that like I was like from North Philly. Wild. Anyway. Yeah. Oh God. And I got evicted from my apartment in Cherry Hill.
Okay.
Because I had adopted 2 pit bulls from my another drug dealer. And I would be too sick in the morning to let them like go walk them. So I would just open the door and they would just like run around the apartment complex and then they would come back. So I got kicked out.
Of course.
So I moved in with them, whatever. I got a storage unit and he stole all of my stuff. My mom furnished that apartment, spent like way too much money on someone that was getting high in their apartment. But like I didn't have a plate, a fork, a pair of underwear, like nothing to my name. It was all gone. It was all sold.
Jesus.
And I wake up and I'm on 6th and Norris, whatever, you know. And I'm like, I'm 24 years old and I don't have anything.
Yeah.
Anything. I was like, I have to get out of here. Like, this isn't my life. You know, this cannot be what I'm here for.
Yeah.
And I went to treatment.
And did you go to Florida for your first treatment center, or you stayed in Philly?
No, I went to Tom's River.
Okay.
And then they shipped me to Georgia. And I had been to treatment 6 times prior to
Yeah.
that. Like detox and home and changed the location
Yeah.
and went to PHPs and did the whole thing. But that was like, I had like nothing.
Now, when you wanted to go to treatment, were your parents up for you going to treatment?
Oh, my mom didn't give a fuck.
Yeah. See, my dad was like totally against treatment.
Really?
He was like, "You're fucking detoxing in that bedroom." I'm like, "It don't work that way.
Yeah, no, Dad,
Like, we can't do this. Like, I'll die." And he just couldn't. No, that's not going to happen. And every time I went to treatment, I had him by the balls when I really didn't want to get sober, because I mean, now he's going to see this and he's going to know. But he would
Yeah.
always say,
Sorry, Dad.
"My son's not living in a halfway house. My son's not going to live with Father
Well, that's
Savino."
the pride. Oh my
Like,
God,
you know what I
Father
mean? Like,
Savino.
he would like, no. Like, he's coming home to this house. So I knew, yeah, I'm going back home and I'm getting high.
Yeah, you had him by the balls.
I had him by the balls. And now he's going to know. But,
Yeah.
10 years later, and I look back at it, I'm like, we were so manipulative of them them situations. Like,
and
I could have got away with anything.
They don't know. They're like, oh, of course, the best place for my child is with me. I'm their parent, Yeah. And families don't get it. Like, if you could have gotten your kid or your loved one sober, they would be sober. Love doesn't fix this.
No. And that's what I always say, and I always harp on it. Like, every time I went to rehab prior to me getting sober.
I'm going to move this just a little bit. Don't yell at me.
Do what you want. Whatever you feel comfortable. Every time I went to rehab prior, I did it for a girl, a job, a family member, my parent. But then once I had enough and did it for myself, when I looked at myself and I said, wow, I'm living on my parents' couch. I just had a beautiful house. I was engaged. I had a ton of money. Now I owe everybody money. Right. I have nothing. I have no girl. I'm living on my parents' couch. Like, we got a problem here.
Yeah.
And we got to fix it. And I just had enough.
Yeah.
Like, the last day that I got high, one of the last was, the Tutarosa gravy cans?
Yeah.
Like, do you make gravy with?
Yeah. But that's okay. We won't get into that.
Gravy. I was downstairs in my parents' kitchen chopping up pills with
Your nails painted white?
No, that's a gel manicure.
I mean, I'm familiar, but they look white.
Maybe it's the light.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. She's worried about my nails. My
nails.
My sister caught me chopping up pills with a Tutarosa can and snorting it, and like it ruined our relationship for like 5 years. And that
it's not normal behavior.
No, it's not.
It's normal. I would crush up anything anywhere. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I wouldn't care what people.
And I thought I looked great. Like, in active addiction, I thought I was killing it. If I got a haircut and went tanning, I was killing
it.
Yeah, but like I was gray. Like I look at pictures, I was gray. I had bags under my eyes. Like it was just awful.
Yeah, no, I was awful.
Yeah.
I was like, my face was all picked, and I was
Like, if somebody sends me a picture and I show my wife, she's like, she can't like fathom that that was
like that?
Yeah, she can't because
shout out to Danielle.
Yeah, shout out to Danielle the best. She couldn't. I met her when I was 2 years sober, and
she wouldn't have stayed with you.
No, and I told her like, this is my life. I'm sober and clean. And at first she was like, she never was with someone sober or in recovery, so she didn't know, and she was just like, oh, that's new for me. But I was always honest about my recovery. Like I always put it out front, you know.
I think the secrets keep you sick and all those sayings like are so true.
Yeah.
And I also think like what's really cool is like people that never had a drug problem or drinking problem are getting sober.
I know.
For like the health effects.
Yeah.
And it's kind of annoying because it's like that was our thing, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
But it's a good way to live. We're not like any different than anybody. We still go out. We still have a good time. We still do all the other things.
Yeah.
We just don't use mood or mind altering substances. Like that's it. We're just your most clear-headed, dependable friend.
Yeah, that's really it. That's what it comes down to. When we did the last podcast, though, I want to bring this up because a lot of people were asking this, and I get this DMs all the time. How do you feel about meetings?
It's so funny. I watch so many recovery podcasts, and I'm like, I listen to these people, and they talk such a good game. They're so articulate, and they drop fucking bombs.
The big book.
Like, yeah, and I'm like, wow, like they really are like, they are so much more sober than me. And then I know them in real life, and they don't walk that way.
No.
Listen, for me, the type of drug addict that I am, the first couple years of my recovery, I needed everything to be prescribed to me. 90 meetings, 90 days, get a sponsor, go to meetings, fellowship, home group, work steps, sponsor others. Like, I needed everything laid out because I didn't know how to live.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to wake up and make my bed and do, living. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Now, I'll have, God willing, 9 years this year.
God bless.
Thank you. And I found what works for me. I don't have a bad thing to say about IA. It got me sober. I think people that try and reinvent the wheel have a hand in killing a lot of these young people. But I don't go to a meeting every day. I talk to sober women every day.
Of course.
I love Jesus. I have a really good relationship with
So do
God.
I.
I go to church.
Yeah.
I work out a ton, which helps my mental health and helps me.
You live
stay
clean.
Clear. Yeah.
Yeah, you live clean,
Yeah.
and that's how I feel because in South Philly, in my area, I did the 90 meetings in 90 days.
Yeah.
And God willing, I'll have 10 years this September. And I don't go to meetings every day.
Yeah.
And I know it works for me. And, if you're into the big book and if you're more into AA than NA, that's what works for you. I don't judge.
Whatever it is.
But I will say when I first got sober and I went to a meeting, certain people or fellowship, made me feel like it wasn't possible. Like, I remember sharing in a meeting and getting screamed at because I was talking about drugs. Like, I don't think that's right.
Well, that's the
I don't.
principles over personality.
Well, I don't
part
like
of the
it.
program. You know,
I don't like
you had
it.
that experience.
No, but like a young kid who's trying to get sober, a young man, and they go to a meeting and they're getting screamed. They're like, "Fuck this! I ain't coming back here."
Yeah, no,
that's what I'm saying.
And that, I think, again, those are the people that live their lives in meeting, never go out and like actually practice the principles in all their affairs. You're sitting in a meeting yelling at a newcomer.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, so how is that program working for you?
And it's not.
But I think that if my ass is on fire and I'm really going through something and I'm really struggling, the thought of drinking and using doesn't come up for me anymore. Thank God it's been relieved. But if I'm like really struggling with something and something's like really paining my heart, I'll go to a meeting. Like, I know it's there.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's always good that it is there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you want to go there, you want to go to church, pick up the phone and call someone.
Yeah.
I still talk to my sponsor all the time.
Yeah.
Like, and he's 80. I don't even want to say his age because he's going to get mad at me, but he's older.
Yeah.
He was a professional basketball player. He was in the union with me. That's my man. You know, and like, he called me last night. We talked about the Sixers. I'll call him just to have a conversation with someone like that.
Connection still.
That's it. That's all I need. Or sometimes I take a ride by myself, or I'll go eat by myself, and I just sit there and I just like ponder my thoughts.
Yeah.
And I'm like, life could be way worse. And if something's bothering me, I'll call somebody, I'll say it. That's it.
And we learned that within the 12-step program, which is cool. We learned not to be impulsive or to pick up the phone and call someone or do that. So, like, I think that's the purpose that it serves. I don't know if, the people that are 20 years sober, and, maybe at 20 years sober, I'll have more right to say this, but people that sit in meetings every single day at 20, like, what does your outside life look like?
Probably nothing.
Yeah, because there are meetings all day, so.
I used to get mad, too, with they were telling me, you can't have a job, you can't have a girl. There were so many rules, and I'm like, whoa. Like,
And nowhere in the
meanwhile,
book does it say
like,
that.
meanwhile, I owe everybody money. I'm living on my parents' couch. What do you mean I can't have a job? No, you got to come here 90 days. No, like, give me a break for a second. Like, and I guess maybe guys in South Philly, like my group of friends, we did our own thing. Like, we wanted to do it our way. Maybe it wasn't the best way, but we're here and we're still sober, so. Well, what advice would you give a woman right now that wants to get sober?
That's such a tough question because my story is just my story.
Yeah, of course.
I don't have all the answers. I just know the way that I did it. Tell someone you're struggling.
There you go.
That's really it. I thought that I had everybody fooled, that I was going in the bathroom 15 times a day at work smoking pills, and no one knew when I come out with black soot on my face,
Yeah.
I told them every day, I was like, I was crying. It's my mascara.
Yeah.
Tell somebody. You're not, it's not bad. It's the hardest thing you'll ever do, but once you get that ball rolling, like an energy or something in motion stays in motion, you know? And I think that's the only way to really do it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you just reach out and say something.
Yeah.
Like, I wish.
We'll take you the rest of the way.
That's it. That's all you got to do is say it. Just admit it, and then you get the ball rolling.
Yeah, and then there'll be 1,000 people that come around you and lift you up and love you until you can love yourself.
It's the truth. And if you do, God forbid, relapse, it's not the end of the story. I feel like people beat themselves up for it, and you can't. You can't do that.
Listen. You have diabetes and your insulin spikes again, which would be considered like a relapse of that disease. Like, do you shame yourself?
No.
You know what I mean? You got cancer, you go into remission, you're better, you get cancer again. You have shame around like you did something wrong. No.
Yeah.
It's part of it, man. We have a brain disease. Period.
Yeah. And I always say that because when people they do relapse, they beat themselves up so bad about it. I'm like, listen, it's not the end of your journey.
You didn't unlearn all the things you learned the entire time you were sober.
I will say, though, every time I did relapse, it got harder and harder and harder and harder, and it just beats you down to where it can't go no more.
And you don't get to, I could say today, thank God I don't have this feeling, but I could say today, like, okay, I'm going to go drink. I don't know when the end of that's going to be.
No.
I have no idea when the next time God's going to be like, hey, you're going to have the willingness to get sober again.
Yeah.
It could be the next day. It could be the next year. It could be 10 years I could be out there.
Yeah.
I don't know. So that's why you can't go near it.
No, you just can't. And I had an experience recently. We went to dinner at the Franklinville Inn, me and my wife, Wags and his wife. It's like a older restaurant type of thing. And I said to the girl, I always do this.
Was it good?
It was great.
What'd you eat?
I had tomahawk steak, I had crab cakes, I had everything. But I always say this, I want a Shirley Temple. That's what I like. And I'm like, make sure there's no alcohol in it. If they order an alcohol, I like my wife. I give her my drink.
To taste
and
it.
I taste it.
I do it
always.
Have you ever had an experience where you take the sip?
In Aruba, I had it. No, I didn't take the sip. My wife did. It said, this is alcohol.
But have you ever taken a sip?
I'm going to tell you what happened.
All right, well, tell me.
So what happened was,
taking so long.
I said to the lady, I'm sober, going on 10 years, this, that, the other. So we ordered dessert. And I said, don't forget, I'm sober 10 years. She said, no, I know. I said, I want creme brulee. Now, some people with creme brulee do alcohol on top or they do sugar. The creme brulee comes out. It's my favorite dessert ever. As soon as it hits the table, boom, I get my spoon. I put them out. I spit it from here across the restaurant. My wife wags, yelling, what's the matter? I said, it's full of alcohol.
Yeah.
So now my wife's like, no, it's not. Are you sure? She said, oh, wow, it's full of alcohol. Now I tell the waitress.
Nowhere has a horrible thing of doing that in Philly.
Who?
You tell me.
I don't know.
The tiramisu. You could get drunk off of it.
You talking about Radicchio?
No, saloon.
Oh, well, you got, see, because you got to ask.
I took a bite of that and I was
you got to ask.
I got all warm.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah, you got to ask.
Took a shot.
But people don't know that. Like, they don't know. But this girl did know, and which got me even more mad. Like, and I got to be honest with you. After I spit it out, I told my wife a week later because I didn't want to say anything to her. I don't know where we were, and I said, I got to tell you something. She's like, what? I said, when I had that creme brulee and the alcohol, I said it fucked me up for like 3-4 days. It was fucking my head up. And she's like, really? I'm like, it just bothered me.
Yes.
That it happened to me after I said it.
Right.
That's what bothered me more. I didn't want to go out and drink. I didn't want to go out and get high. It just really bothered me. And she was like, wow, I never realized that could happen, and it does.
I think we put so much into it to get this far.
Yeah.
This many years, and you have to say no so many times, and you have to go through the uncomfortable situations and do all that. And then when someone like breaches that,
like
it's really like
you get insulted.
Yeah, it's like fucked up. I
I
worked hard for this.
Yeah, I was fucking mad.
Yeah.
I'm like, if a creme brulee is going to take me out, man, I'll
Right?
fucking come back here. It's not going to be pretty.
Everybody.
Yeah, it's not good. But I'm so glad that you came on. I'm so glad you got to share your experience, your hope with everyone. Yeah. And make sure everybody reaches out. Diamond Recovery. You can DM everybody that works for the company. We're going to get right to you. That's the phone number to call. And we'll see you next time for the 3rd episode. Shout out to Allison.
Next?
I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Stay tuned. You're going to see.
Life is a casino. We don't sing. We just hit them off with C-notes. And you can bet it all. I'm going to be the last one standing tall. Joey Merlino.
What's up, G?
Life is a casino. We don't sing. We just hit them off with C-notes. And you can bet it all. I'm going to be the last one standing tall. Joey Merlino.
With Joey Merlino.